Hey Marcus, what's going on, man?
Hello.
You
Is my
wanna
mic is my mic on?
your mic sounds good. It's been a minute since we heard I heard the good old Marcus intro. Do you want to hit us with that? Your mic sounds
Uh,
good.
I thought about it, and I guess I'll do it today because I know you guys have missed me immensely,
Mhm.
and I've missed you guys too. So, without further ado, uh, ladies and gentlemen, fresh off the jet, sharper than Gillette, the best you can get. I'm loose as a goose and flying and Beetlejuice. God damn it, I'm back in the room. We in here. It's only the rares because we ain't on the radar no more. But it's only the rares. We out here. You know what I'm saying? We got 78. We got Vinny, who's drinking Waterloo because he's rich. We got R. Flown. We got Ralph, the Pepe, and Pond Man, who went and got all that money and didn't call nobody when he went and invested in Pond. Don't worry about it. It's good, though. It's good, Ralph. No worries. And we got
Not
Ferd
true.
Bird, the nerd, who is fresh off of his Chinese marriage vacation. He was over in the Philippines. He was eating all kind of shit. I've been watching. I don't know. Ferd. I don't know. I can't go over there and eat that shit you've been eating, brother. It's a whole different conversation over there. But we are here. It feels good. God damn it, it feels good. How y'all doing, man? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, man?
Feel great.
I'm
It's
good.
early.
I missed
It's
that. I
early.
missed the intro. It's been a while since I've heard the intro. It's been great.
It kind of sets the tone for the show, right?
It kind of does, man.
Man,
Yeah.
well, thank you. Thank you. Since y'all in a missing mood, I guess I can go ahead and pull all this out there. What's this? Is it money on the line? Is it money calling? I believe hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh this ain't that bullshit, baby. This. Yeah, come on now. We got a little couple of ones.
Some ones.
This is some
Strip
ones
club?
but
Hitting the strip club?
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Don't toss those 50s. You got to break that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
what I'm saying?
inflation, man. You gotta,
Man, I just realized what kind of inflation is going on. I'm trying to get cheaper car insurance in Texas, and man, we just got 3 cars, and we had 3 cars, but we just kind of upgraded all the cars,
Mhm.
and so I went to go get the insurance. The motherfuckers came back $800. I said, the devil is a lie. I'm not paying no $800 for
Money.
car insurance. That's like some Vinny car insurance because Vinny got a Lamborghini, he got a Tesla, he got Vinny got all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm jealous.
I will say, going back to the strip club discussion, so I was with a client once.
So go back to strip club.
I was with a client once, and you can go and get
Yeah,
you can go and get a stack of ones to throw, right? And I'd never done that before, and so basically he gave me a stack of ones, and I didn't realize you gotta like do it like this because if you just throw it, it's like a brick, and it just
Yeah.
it'll just hit somebody,
Absolutely.
knock him out.
I have a true story. I've seen Exhibit at a strip club do what you just said was a break. He just threw a huge stack of ones right at the chick's face. And he's like, dude.
Oh yeah, and they want it. They want it.
Yeah,
They gonna take all
yeah.
them.
They don't just break. Yeah, you need to actually break them up. You gotta break them up.
I don't break them up.
Who
I don't
knew?
break them up. I don't break them up. I'm trying to knock our ass out with it.
Dang. Okay. All right.
Yeah, BOONK, boonk. That's what I'm doing when I throw it. It's boonk.
Boonk.
That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? 78 got quiet. I guess he don't really go to the strip club.
We don't
Never
have strip
been.
clubs out here.
I've never been. First
Yeah,
time.
you're in Indonesia, right?
I
So
know that shit will get shut down.
Ferd said
fast.
he's never been.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
that was a joke. That was a joke.
78. You've been to Singapore?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be there in like 3 weeks,
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. For how long?
like a week,
Oh, 4.
Damn.
for like
Work?
a music conference. Yeah, for work.
Jeez.
Okay.
Vinny
Vinny
gonna get
all
arrested.
over the
Vinny gonna
world.
get arrested.
I
'cause
know.
He's gonna
it's-
spit on
Spit it on the
He's
street.
gonna
concrete.
spit on
Spit
Yeah,
on the
everybody,
ground.
he's
man.
gonna
something
chew
and-
bubble gum and get caned.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
forget. I'm gonna
Oh,
forget to flush the toilet. There's all types of weird rules, man. I was reading up on Singapore. Apparently, there's like a fine if you don't flush the toilet if you forget.
Yeah, because guess what?
How do they catch you?
Watch this. Don't nobody want to see your shit. I'm sorry. Don't nobody want to see shit.
No, I hear
I'm
you.
saying, flush the toilet.
Flush the toilet.
I don't think it's important for Vinny to know, but don't drink on the streets anymore.
Don't do
That's
what?
also a new rule. You can't
Don't-
drink on the streets.
Like anything?
Like
Water?
alcohol?
Yeah, alcohol. Alcohol.
Oh.
Okay.
You
Well,
can't drink water on the street.
I thought he was. I thought that's what
Yeah,
it
that's what I
meant.
thought. I was like, no, really?
Sorry.
I was like, what?
Well, Vinny,
Yeah,
we
used to
have
be able
missed
to,
you.
but not anymore.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know that. It's
miss
like
you
Vegas.
guys. I'm back.
But yeah, you got a pretty good segment coming up for us. Contra.
Oh,
Come
all
on,
right.
baby. Up, down, down, left, right,
Could never flip
BA,
this game,
start.
dude. This was the toughest game.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
was.
I hate
I
it.
think it was actually considered one of the toughest games of all time. Like
Really?
NES games.
Wow.
It is.
Hell
man,
yeah, this shit
That's
was
why you got to
tough.
start the game with the cheat code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
have to.
can't do it with 3 players, man. It's impossible. I mean, 3 lives, no way.
No. Ridiculous.
So, anyways, I'll jump in. Yeah, so basically, Contra was a run and gun video game developed by Konami. It was originally developed as a coin-operated arcade game, and then it was then released February 20th, 1987. There were 3 versions of the arcade game. The Japanese and the American versions were almost identical, except for the Tony Fix asked if I'm buying motherboards. I'm thinking about it. I haven't, except for that one that I bought. I haven't bought any more. The Japanese and US versions were the same, except for the characters, like the actual writing. And the European version was called Grisor, and it only allowed 1 player at a time instead of like the simultaneous 2 players, which I feel like takes a lot of the fun out.
So much fun out of it. Yeah.
So the first ported release of Contra was on the Famicom in Japan, February 9th, 1988. I mean, I always talk about Japanese games. I think we're getting closer in the video game market to people who are really going to want this stuff and really want to track it down. I'm starting to see more talk about it. I think Rally today, with Pokemon cards, they posted something about the Charizard Japanese version and how it came out like several years before the US version. And then they deleted the post like right after. I don't know what happened, but I've been seeing a lot more stuff and hearing a lot more stuff. So again, my take has been the same. I think these are the things that are going to be sought after, especially if you can find them unopened. But even if you can't, CIB, these are still like pretty. They're going to dry up. In my opinion, they're going to dry up. Moving on to the next one. Of course, this was the US version of it. If you guys remember from a previous episode, I was talking about kind of early prints of NES games. Typically, we have a circle seal on the earliest prints, and then we have an oval seal on the later prints. And then typically the earliest prints don't say revision A at the bottom right-hand corner, and then the slightly later prints will say revision A. Now, I looked probably at about 50 different Contra listings between eBay and Heritage and Golden, and I cannot find another box besides this one. So I don't know if any variants exist. I'm gonna ask one of my buddies and see if there's anything else out there. But I think, as far as I know, I don't think there's many, if at all, on Contra in the United States. Actually, the other thing might be worth checking is the WADA census. So I'll take a look at that also. But I didn't really see many. Now, this is something interesting that I did not know. The PAL release in Europe was called Probotector. Did you guys know this?
No, what? No.
No.
Yeah. So, and if you notice, it's like I looked at it and I was like, "Am I even looking at the same game?" Because it's got like 2 robots on the front, right?
Yeah.
So, Probotector came from the words robot and protector, and basically Konami changed the game to sell. Germany was a very lucrative market, and they didn't want to basically piss people off over there. The the game would have been considered too violent because they were like these humanoid robots being sprayed with bullets, and basically Konami stripped out any characters that were looked human, or any bad guys that looked human. But it's the exact same game as Contra. So I never knew about this. So the German federal agency called BPJM, which is also the Federal Department of Media, banned the sales of media deemed too violent for children, including content that glorifies war. So basically, this would have Contra in its original form would have been totally off limits out there. So they created this new game, and the gameplay, the music, all the same, but they changed the protagonists, Bill Reiser and Lance Bean, to robots, RD-008 and RC-011. So if anybody's like looking for kind of like something cool, or like a cool alternate version of Contra, I think this is awesome. I'm actually probably going to scout one out now that I know a little bit more about it. Ferd, if you can move on to the next slide.
Yeah.
So these are the protagonists. So of course that's our protagonist in the US version. And as you can see on the right side, that's what the protagonists look like in the PAL version in Probotector.
Huh.
Yo, he doesn't even have color.
I know.
Like shades of gray.
Yeah.
There was no time for that.
No time for
Oh,
that.
shit.
F that. And then I don't know, it might be too small, but basically this is kind of a comparison of what the enemies sort of look like. Anything, as you can tell, anything that kind of looked more human on the left side has been completely changed or stripped of any human element and made into like straight robot. And then same thing. These are like the tunnel enemies, and kind of the same thing. They just wanted everything to look more.
That is
robotic.
wild.
That's
Yeah.
so funny, man. I didn't even know the names of the original guys anyway. When you said that, like the original.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Like you never
probiotic,
really
right?
had time to look at what was shooting at you. You just shot what was shooting at you.
Bro,
That's
that's the funniest thing. I looked at this thing and I was like, I don't even
remember.
recognize any of these
Yeah.
characters in the first place. Like I wouldn't have
Yeah.
even. So that's funny. Yeah, and so I was telling you guys about the European version of the arcade game. It was called Grisor again. It was ported by Ocean Software to the Commodore 64 and a few other PC, sort of offshoots in 1988. And this is what that cover looked like. So if you guys are looking for other variants, this is like the straight port from the arcade version. And just overall, Contra was one of the top grossing arcade games of 1987. And I think it was actually top 4. Yeah. So I love this game. So definitely, in my opinion, obviously I love the NES version, but I think both the Japanese version and the Probotector version are sleepers. So
that was dope, man.
Dope.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was a crazy hard game though as a kid.
So
my
hard.
Have you
God.
gone back and played some of these games?
I have
An
I
emulator?
bought off eBay a few years ago. Remember they had those mini NES classics?
Yeah.
Somebody modded it with a Strawberry Pi and put like 5,000 games in there,
Yeah.
like every system
Yeah.
up to like excluding
That's awesome.
Xbox. It was every system. So I've gone back and I've played a whole bunch of these games just for fun.
Are they still as hard?
Yeah,
They gotta
yeah.
be.
Still maybe harder now because I'm so out of practice.
The
Yeah.
controllers are so small too, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
as a kid
that.
it kind of fits in your hand, but
that's
as
right.
an adult it's like super small.
Yeah. Oh, you see those guys who do the crazy course runs and things like that? The way they hold the pad,
No, I haven't seen that.
they don't hold it like this. They hold it like that. Like they put it.
That's how my
onto
friend
the-
growing up. That's how my friend used to do. He used to hold it with
Yeah.
like fingers like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
I used to
This is
get-
quicker.
I used to hate when you got paired up with a guy that was like playing for the first time. It's like, man, we're about to be up quick.
Oh yeah. You'd be dragging at the end of the
Yeah.
at the end of the screen, slowing you down.
For real, for real.
So 78, I was going to mention that I was doing some research for another episode on just like the original version of the Famicom, which is NES, of course. And there were square buttons, I think, on the original release of the Famicom.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. So
I
that's
didn't know that.
something I'm doing a little bit of research into for later, just, in terms of console buys and stuff like that.
It's such a difference, the Famicom and the NES. Like the design, the aesthetic, it's so different.
It's so
It always
different.
tripped me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's okay.
guys.
Yeah. So Ferd just went and rescued Trey.
yeah. Not my fault.
I didn't know how to. I was figure out a new login or something. I was trying to figure out how to get in. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
Come on, man.
Not
That's-
bad, not
That
bad.
was the technical
to see you,
difficulties
man.
here, so
I just went through Contra, Trey. Did you know that the German release of Contra, it was all robots. They switched out the humans and put robots in the game so they wouldn't so they could abide by German laws.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was called Probotector.
Probiotic.
Yeah,
How many
That's what I
copies-
kept hearing.
How many copies do you have?
none actually. I just found out about it. I was
You
researching.
know, Vinny has like at least 5.
Oh,
Vinny
Vinny-
lying
Most
right
of the
now.
time.
Come on.
They're all
He
Most of
just
the time.
look. He just pulled out a Tom Brady first ticket out of his pocket, LeBron James ticket out of the other pocket.
You guys will love this story. So Vinny last year, he was kicking ass so much in the video game. He's like, dude, I'm finding stuff in the Japan markets. I'm finding all this stuff. He's like, just send me like $1,000 and I'll pick up stuff when I find it. I'm like, great, no problem at all. He got me a Japanese Tekken #1 that was sealed, and he ordered me a Super Mario Brothers 2 from Japan. And this is the most Vinny story you can get. He messaged me like, hey man, I'm about to mail this off to you. He's like, but I don't like the way that the sticker looks. He's like, I got a whole stash of them. I'm gonna send you one out of my good stash. I was like, how many do you have?
I do. Yeah.
I do. That was a year ago.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a year ago. Yep.
maybe even a little longer if we're being honest.
Well, Vinny, my birthday is next week, and if you are in a mood, feel free to send. I know you probably got 20 copies of these, bro.
At
And
least.
it don't even have to be my birthday, fam. Let me not even do you like that. Just go ahead and send me one, Vinny. You got like 25 of them.
Damn, Marcus, your fucking audio sounds good, my man.
Well, thank you. I do what I can for the culture.
Marcus wasn't expecting the compliment.
Yeah.
He's like,
He
"What do I do
wasn't. He threw me for a loop. He didn't know. He almost attacked me for a compliment. You could see it. He's like,
Yeah, no.
Wait.
Commander Cody said Marcus's 31st birthday badge. Actually, it's my 48th birthday badge this week.
No shit.
I've been partying all week.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's where he has that stack of ones.
Yeah, I've been partying all. Man, my birthday was in July. Y'all know that. I'm just trying to keep trying to see if I can get a Super Mario Brothers 2 from Vinny. What is it called, Vinny?
Bird, why don't you send him a Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah, let me get my stack of 10.
Yeah, a stack of
Yeah.
10 of Victor Williams.
Yeah.
Right. Ferg got like 30 copies of that book. Trey got like
Nah.
45 copies of that book.
I got. Dude, look at 78 with the fresh haircut.
I got a fresh haircut. Yeah.
You can tell you got a little fresh haircut.
Yeah, 78 cleaning up.
This.
I know.
Thanos, he's doing all right. Thanos with the rings. So what we looking at, 78? What is this?
So we had SDCC, and there was a big showing from all the big toy companies. And last weekend we had PowerCon, which is basically used to be the Motu toy conference, and it's changed over more to like indie, smaller toy companies showcasing their shit. But as Motu is the main feature, and Mondo's been doing these 1/6, the 12-inch scale figures, and they did a trap jaw about 3 months ago, in a kind of more modernized colorway, but they released a variant in the OG colors, and this guy looks pretty badass.
That's pretty awesome.
He's
Hey,
limited.
78. I have been to the Motu Con.
There you go.
No, seriously, a couple years ago it was in Anaheim, and
Moves
it was
around.
Yeah, it was in Anaheim. I went to a UFC at Anaheim, and that same weekend at the convention center, they had the Modu Con, and I went for both days. It's very interesting. It's got a little bit different energy, but I enjoyed the shit out of it. Like I said, we were looking for those Dave Wilkins Skeletor variants and a couple of the other things, you know. And I mean, there probably was 3,500 people there. I mean, it wasn't a lightly attended event. Because it was the same year that they announced that Kevin Smith was going to do
he was going to do the show, the animated.
So it had a little bit more
buzz. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he fucked that all up. Personally.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, did y'all like that? It wasn't really that good to me. I was like,
the Orko redemption at the end was good, but the evil Lynn, some of the other stuff that kind of went on, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the I guess the controversy I felt was a bit, you know, a bit hyperbole there, a bit overblown. I was like, that's all right.
Man, look at Panther. Oh my god.
I know. So the big thing was they at SDCC they had Skeletor on a Panther. They've been teasing it for a while, but he wasn't flocked. You know, he wasn't fuzzy. So at this, they just had this with, you know, no information exactly of pricing, and no information about accessories. But we're all assuming it's going to be, you know, a simpler version than the one that they showed before, which was stacked with armor. And it says available in November. That probably means available to order in November rather than like it's going to drop. Yeah, the flocked version. Everyone got excited.
Now, I have a flocked version of Panther. I got it in Walmart though, but it wasn't that.
Yeah. No, this is big. This thing's going to be huge.
Yeah, like that. That's my type of hype right there.
Yeah, dude, the helmet version with like the fucking ram horns is pretty badass.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I've ordered Skeletor. Now I don't know which Panther to get. I'll have to wait and see which one. I hope they don't do like they drop one and then they wait to drop the other one. So you get, you know, you're like, oh, I like the second one. What am I going to do with the first one? Mm-hmm. They may.
I wish I had a big.
But that was.
I wish I owned a big enough house for action figures and statues.
Yeah.
Like I like a lot of those like cool Marvel statues. I mean, there's some amazing ones, but they're so hard to keep in good shape. You got to have really nice cases, and I mean, just all the money that is involved to do action figures and statues in this day and age. It's a lot of money.
Ooh, Frank Frazetta.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, there we go. So the Frazetta estate, you know, it's shared between the grandchildren right now, I think, and they've divvied up like the properties, and the Frazetta girls are the most active in licensing toys, and they've got the guy with the ball and chain is coming out through an independent toy company called Savage Crucible, which did a Kickstarter. They smashed it. They funded everything, like I think 1.5 times over. 3 waves of toys, and they're getting this one Frazetta figure there. Now the Frazetta girls have also worked with Mezco and a couple other brands, and they decided to go out on their own. So they're doing Jaguar God by themselves, which I talked about last week. And so they had the prototype up, and they put them side by side, which is pretty cool. So that even though they're not working with the other toy company, that they're, you know, still all friends and working together like that, it's pretty dope. So the scaling is cool. Everyone's excited by these because it's trying to get the accurate figures from the paintings, which is pretty cool.
That's hard.
And that line, Savage Crucible, showed more of their prototypes, their painted prototypes that are coming in. It's all new designs, all new characters. Yeah, there's a little bit of a ode to, you know, classic horror or classic mythology in there. But they're looking really good. Everyone's very excited by this line.
Has there been a manufacturing process that has made it easier to make these super articulate action figures that we've been seeing the last couple of years? Has there been like a new technology? Has there been? I mean, do you know? I mean, you might not. It may be a stupid question.
I would say it's more the production. They can do more refined and stronger joints. They can get more accuracy in the product, and that allows for more detailed engineering.
Like, how do you paint? Like, how is the painting process done on some of these figures that have manual. Like? Wow.
most of it is by hand. Like, yeah, the base body will be a certain color. So, you get your Marvel Legends and, like, let's say is a black suit Spider-Man. Okay, it's a black plastic just with the white paint, right? And that paint may be like some sort of transfer process. But like faces, majority of faces are hand painted on these indie companies. Yeah, some of the bigger companies like Bandai and Hasbro are starting to do like a 3D print kind of technology where the colors are in the face just for the face sculpt, but most are hand painted. It's wild for these smaller ones. Like these guys soft goods are made by hand. This trench coat on this dude is made by hand.
Are you as bullish on the Mattel and Hasbro future properties as a lot of people are right now? After the success of Barbie?
Which, by the way, before you answer that question, Trey knows I'm telling the truth. I've been on Barbie for years. I've been collecting Barbies for years. I used to get laughed at because I would collect these Barbies, and I'd be no, for real. I used to get laughed at. And how I got into Barbies, before you go get into it, when I was back when Storage Wars first blew up, I think I even called Trey. I said, bro, I just ran into a storage full of Barbies, bro. I said, I don't know what to do with these. These are Barbies from like the 50s, the 60s. Some what's the guy, the main guy that designs all the dresses? I can't think of his name. Bill, whatever his name is. It's like all these Barbies, and they were going for like stupid money. I still have them upstairs in my little area where I have all my shit at. Like I've been on.
You have a Barbie room.
He has a shrine.
Why you bullshitting?
Right? He just
why
said
you bullshitting?
Barbie shrine.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all good, man.
Some
it's
of
all
those,
good, man.
for the movie. You still got them all?
I still have them all.
I
never did anything with them.
Marcus is like Vinny and I. We just hoard. We don't ever sell shit. We just hoard what we buy and look for more storage space for the shit that we buy. That's why I'd love to get into statues and action figures, but they just take more room. They're so awkwardly shaped, the boxes and everything. You can't stack the statues because of the. But I mean, I've seen so many cool things, and it's just I don't have enough money or time.
Man, for real.
So go back to your question. I think overall it'll help things, right? The market. There has been a dip in the collector market. Same thing as comics and everything. There's been a dip in the last year, and that's kind of reignited the toy world because it's so closely related to toys more so than like the comics. But we saw what happened with that Void Rivals shit. And teasing Transformers Joes. I got skepticism with Joes. We haven't had a good movie ever. They're always been pretty trashy, right? So it's never really worked out. Transformers, though, especially outside of like in the states, I understand it goes up and down in terms of the fan base and popularity. But out in Asia, man, they fucking love Michael Bay's Transformers. Like you mentioned, statues, dude, they go nuts for these $1,000, $1,500 statues. They love that look. It's weird. It's also like the Snyderverse is more popular in the big statues than the MCU. They like that aesthetic, this kind of gray, more chromed out, shiny, a bit dark. They like that. It just resonates harder in Asia.
See,
and they spend money on it.
You brought up the Void Rivals, and that's something I don't. It's one of the issues that I have with comics right now is all of us in here have collected comics to about the same extent over the last 5 to 10 year period of time. Transformers has never been a popular comic book. Even back in the 80s when Marvel was doing it, wasn't high sales, IDW, all the different places that have had Transformers and G.I. Joe's licensed over the last decade didn't do well. So it didn't make sense to me for this Void Rivals, this #1 and all the variants to go up and stay up as much as they did, because it's like, who's collecting these? It's not the first appearance of any of these Transformers.
Nope.
And it's just like, how is this book going to sustain its value down the road? And which I read it, and there's nothing in there other than a cameo of Jetfire.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm being serious. That you could latch onto and like be excited about. So it's like, all these
I think,
variants,
yeah.
sword branch and everything. They may have some great covers. There may be some other stuff, but if there's nothing in the guts of the book that are going to make people come back and look for it down the road, how are I just don't understand. Like, how is that the SDCC version in 9.8 is like a $700-800 book right now?
Oh yeah, that's a bit silly.
Like, what's going to cause that book to go to 1,000?
It was the moment, like the timing. We haven't had a smaller semi-indie book with hype, but I think it's also the Kirkman factor.
Yeah,
Like
Kirkman.
He has been after those two IPs for a while, and he hasn't been quiet about that. Like he's like,
I didn't know
want
that.
to write these.
Yeah,
I want to do these. He's been saying it for years, and he's like, man, if I get the opportunity to do it, I'm gonna try and grab him. Kirkman's one of the things I like about him, he's not afraid to do the long story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. And whether it was Invincible, I enjoyed Invincible. Walking Dead, it was good. It was solid.
Walking Dead from 1 to 100, about 30, were as top notch of comic as you could get. After about 130, you could tell that
But I respect him for just stopping it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
like,
I give him that. Yeah.
And Invincible as well. He ended it. And I don't know, there's something about that. Like, yeah, he's had the big success, right, with the show. And there is like, oh, he's one of us. He's from the comic world. Like, he's 100% a comic creator. And he's gone, he's made it rather than the movies helping us. He's gone and made the movies, gone to doing the animated show now. So I think there was that kind of like, oh, it's Kirkman and he's getting IPs. It's not his own stuff. He's getting IPs now. And he's probably going to do a long form storytelling. Oh, let's get behind it. I mean, I was excited just on that. Yeah, I read the issue and I was like, why are there Transformers in here? Was my question, right? It's like, it didn't fit. But I'm like, okay, what is this Void Rivals? It's a mini. It's teasing. It's setting up his new universe, right?
Mhm.
Shout out to Ultra. Ultra has already pointed out like there's issues with like the terminology and the lore don't fit things. So that's a worry. But yeah, I think it was more that than it's the Transformers itself. It was more Kirkman's factor, I think, for me at least.
Nobody knows more about Transformer comics than our dude Ultra Maximus.
Oh yeah, no, he's yeah. I mean,
he
like
reads comics too. Though I mean, that's what I love about him is he reads comics. He's a comic fan. I mean, he does the FOC stuff, but he also reads. I mean, I think I know a lot about the Krakoans and that era, the Age of X, all that shit. He's read more than I have. I've gone when I have questions about first appearances and stuff from X-Men Red, any of the new House of X stuff. He's who I go and get a second opinion on because he's read them all, and was speculating on Korra
books as well.
Yeah. By the way, Ralph, I think that Peach that Peach Virgin variant is the X-Men Red to get if the Fisher King does what we think he might. Anyway, it's completely off topic, but
cover's kind
all
of
right. So
we can talk about it in the comic section. We don't have a lot to talk about in the comic section. You guys can roll back to that.
We'll
sure.
nerd out again there. So just to close out the toys and PowerCon. So one of the other big indie lines is from the Four Horsemen guys, and they have this line called Cosmic Legions, which is like a sci-fi thing. And they released this dude. Well, it turns out to be a girl, so it's kind of the Metroid kind of thing. Oh, it looks like a dude, but it's actually a girl underneath there, looking very cyberpunky. And there's a line. It's not such a big wave. They kind of got like a Warhammer vibe there with the blue, purple, and orange there. It's supposedly that there's a lore of the story that they, their ship crash lands on an alien planet. So we got a bit of, there's tropes in here, but the designs look cool. This guy here with the kind of wide eyes looks like he could be on a pod racer for episode 1. Yeah, I like it. You also can buy a little pack with accessories, which is cool.
Yeah.
The Cosmic Legions Wave 1, like their first wave, is hitting over the last month. People have been getting them in hand. Everyone's excited by them. So this is Wave 3.
You could have lied to me and you could have told me that every one of those characters was from Ant-Man Quantum Mania and the Quantum Zone, and I would have bought hook, line, and sinker. You seriously been like, no, this is my new Ant-Man diorama. I would have bought it hook, line, and sinker.
So there's a Japanese company called Revoltech, and in there's a designer called Yamaguchi, and he basically has like a free reign on what he can do. And when you're talking about engineering and stuff, when he does his figures, he puts in wild articulation to get poses and things that no other figure can give you. And he's doing a Catwoman. Yeah, it is Japanese kind of anime vibes there. And she has a look, but she hits poses that most figures can't. And then finally, NECA kind of, I don't know. It's the community, the toy community is a bit upset with this. So there's a diorama, which it's nothing new. They've been using this diorama for a long time in their photos and their marketing materials. It's finally coming out for sale, but they're asking $300. And their previous
For
one,
that
they had a NECA
trash? That's
diorama,
horrible.
which was like the facade of a building, like 2 levels, and it was 115 when it first came out. Now I think it's 135. The amount of plastic you get and the amount of details and stuff, everyone's kind of tripping out. And NECA is kind of selling it as you have to buy 2, so you can put your turtle party wagon as a garage kind of thing. So that's $600 plus shipping plus tax. You're looking at $700 plus
Damn.
to do this. It's a bit pricey. But it's the cartoon aesthetic.
Nah.
They need to hire you as a director of fucking dioramas and shit, for real.
Well, the funny thing is, I know the dude who's in charge of their packaging. Yeah. So we've been chatting.
You're putting out 5 times the quality of stuff like that for your fucking house.
That's right. So my dios are 220 and it's handmade. So it's a bit weird. Like everyone's a bit like, yo, the price tag doesn't seem to make sense in terms of production cost. And my personal feeling is that these larger, bigger ticket items from the big companies, whether it's the HasLabs or the Mattel Creations, the Jurassic Park gate that they did recently, the price tag is not related to production. It's more like, let's see what the market will pay for something. Because like last year, there was the HasLab Ghost Rider Charger car, and they were asking for $350. Everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? It's just a plastic car.
Yeah,
you can buy plastic cars. McFarlane put out the Batmobile for $60. Like, really? That much more? $300 more? And then so one dude, Ramen Toys, guy in Hong Kong, China, he's made a bootleg. And it's more detailed. The hood opens. There's an engine. It got sounds and lights. The dashboard's fully painted. He's giving for $250. So there's and his production numbers are small. Like he's like, if I sell 2,000, I'm over the moon. Yeah. So Hasbro was, looking at 6,000, 8,000 units, and their production costs are lower. So it's I think the toy community may have been like led to believe that some of these toy companies are, like, oh, we're collectors too. We're friends. We're your friends, and we want to make stuff that we all want. And it's like, nah, dude, these guys are after that money, and people are, I guess, waking up to that more and more. Yeah. So this just went live today, but a lot of turtle guys are not biting it. You got a 3-week pre-order window. They are also doing an accessory pack to fill out your diorama with the baby turtles and things like that, which is kind of cute. And the one toy that's hitting shelves now is that G.I. Joe classified the Trouble Bubbles, Cobra's Trouble Bubbles.
Yeah,
and
that's
these
sick.
things are dope. Yeah, they pre-ordered in June at Yojo June, and they were about, I think it was like $50, $60 for the set. You get a figure plus the bubble. These things, they're so much better than expected in hand. They're gonna be a hot item, and if you got them early, you could make a little money.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's really cool. Well, thanks, 78. Appreciate that, man. That was really cool.
You're welcome.
And on to our main segment of the day.
More memes.
78's favorite segment.
Yo,
No,
those vans. What the fuck? You got to tell me about those vans.
Yeah,
I saw that shit.
we'll
I'm
get to
so
those.
confused.
But I got some stuff on here that I think you're gonna like. 78, starting from the top with the Adidas Stan Smith times Homer Simpson. When they initially started talking about these, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was kind of stupid, but as more pictures came out and as the detail in the pictures, they started showing the actual detail. These started growing on me. Obviously, I don't think these are gonna flip because I think these are gonna be produced in mass, but I think overall it's a pretty good shoe. It's funny. Obviously, everybody knows the meme. So the guy that whoever thought of this idea, I think he pretty much knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
awesome.
it. I want a pair.
Me
So
too.
They drop tomorrow, and their retail is 120, which I think is pretty reasonable. I thought they were gonna tax these maybe 150 because of the collab, but I think it's a perfect price point.
Where do you get them?
I think they should be dropping on Adidas website and I guess Foot Locker, the regular retailers. I don't think it's going to be a tough shoe to get.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys like wearing Stan Smiths?
I've had a couple
I have a
pairs in my
pair.
life.
I have a pair.
Fucking uncomfortable, man.
I got some
Yeah,
Stan Smith old Converses that I used to fucking rock that were decent, but they're not. They were like boat shoes. You know what I mean?
If you got narrow feet, all right.
But
They're
you got to
better than
sacrifice.
the what do you call it, shell toes? I'll tell you that. But
You got to sacrifice some comfort to look good, man.
to look fresh,
Right.
to look like
Exactly.
a meme.
Right?
To meme it out.
And they put
meme.
the vintage hit on the sole, and
Yeah,
where
I
it's
see
you
that.
can't see it in the picture, but where it says
Oh, yeah,
Stan
there's a
Smith,
little
it says
off-white yellowing there.
yeah,
you
it
know,
says
make
Homer
'em look
Simpson right there.
authentic.
So
To make it look authentic.
this is how you get the
Oh,
kids to
these
buy it:
old-
is you hit the vintage on,
old-
you put the vintage
yeah.
sole on there. But yeah, man, overall I thought it was pretty cool. I think everybody here would buy a pair, right? Or at least wear them.
Yes.
I ain't touching
Yes.
it yet.
I think that's the
too.
first shoe on here that is a unanimous decision as far as everybody would wear.
For real.
This
Yeah.
looks like a customizer's shoe, and it's like, yo, let's make it. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Adidas finessed me for $260 this week. Ralph, I'm one of those suckers where if there's a raffle,
Yeah.
I have to enter.
Yeah.
I have to. Because I never hit. I mean, I've never won a fucking sneakers raffle. I never win any type of shoe raffles. So Ralph was nice enough a couple weeks ago. We put up a Yeezy raffle on the Unconfirmed app. And it was one of those deals where like, I'm just going to enter. There's no fucking chance I'm going to win. Like 2 days later, I start getting notifications and fucking credit cards lighting up and all this other stuff. And then to come to find out that if you win, you have no chance at returning them. You can't return them even if something's fucking wrong with them, which of course I get a pair. You can visually see that the left shoe is about a thumb width taller than the right shoe. And it doesn't fit my feet. And I spent 20 minutes on the fucking phone and email trying to like, oh no, unfortunately that's just bad luck. I'm just like, motherfucker. So I don't know if I'm spending any more at Adidas. Yeah, I swear to God.
That's crazy.
It's actually unfortunate because
like you should.
Go ahead, Vinny.
No, I was just gonna say you should email corporate or something. I would definitely like take it a step further.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Instagram story.
Yeah, no shit.
What I was going to mention is that the Wave Runners that came out today, they increased the price on those to 300, which is, they went from like 240 to 255 to 265, I think the last time they released, and this time around up to 300. So Adidas got to make money, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what's I mean, after Kanye's unfortunate statements and that whole thing, I mean, the Yeezy market's dead right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you see the 950 boots they're re-releasing today?
If that shoe came out at the height of like Yeezy, the Yeezy hype, those would have done numbers, I think, because it has that hipster kind of like weirdo kind of vibe going to it.
Adidas wanted 600 out the gut for him. I mean, that's without. What was funny was I went and looked. I always do the same thing we always do. Anytime it's a shoe release, you get a link. You go do a quick StockX checks and see what sizes are what. And I did that. I mean, StockX had them under retail on those 950s on all sizes. So I was like, yeah, now get away from this. quick.
Not surprised.
They look
but yeah.
like Fear of God duck boots.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, moving on to this, the Nike Air Force One
Doc Brown.
titled the Air Mag. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the Air Mags, right? From Back to the Future.
Yes, sir.
Shoe that I guess I'm not gonna call it a grail, but it's one of the most iconic shoes within like sneaker culture, sneaker collecting. I think you could.
Pop
I get,
culture.
yeah, prices up to like 25,000, something like that. Could be more.
Right.
But I thought this was pretty cool.
I think they're the action comics #1 of flippers and sneakers, personally.
But the thing is I think there's a lot of reps now. So it's kind of diluted the actual, I guess the authentic pairs. But
well, I think I'm totally hijacking your shit, but
no, you're good.
There's two versions. The original ones you could only get on eBay through the Michael J. Fox Foundation auctions, correct?
Was for a good cause, yeah, in the beginning. But now it's like gotten to the hands of flippers and some of the more high-end the sneaker boutique shops have them. But like I said, the reps kind of diluted all of that. It's reps are like almost identical to the actual shoes, so you don't really know if it's really authentic. But yeah, this Air Force One, I don't wear too many Air Force Ones, but this one I thought is something that it's pretty clean, right? I'd wear
clean.
it. Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah.
You guys can have your homers. I'll take that.
No, wait, you can't take that back because we all agreed that the homers were pickup. We did.
No, these are clean, man. These are clean. With some jeans.
I'm kind of I like the Homer's #3 based on the 3 photos for me. I need you to explain. You're gonna have to talk to me about these Vans a little bit because I kind of dig them.
I don't know what's
Let's get into these. I'm gonna look, Fred. I'm gonna send you the link so you can kind of blow these up for everybody to take a better look.
Fred, why did you do the white shirt was working?
No, man. No. I had to rep wifey's my team, man.
Is that
Liverpool? Okay.
Vans
I'd wear those. Wait, I didn't see the fucking ABC thing.
Yeah.
There's also like some crystal opal,
like that right there.
What is that?
Advertisements on here. What the hell?
It's a pretty interesting. It's not a new Vans model, but this is considered their gym shoe, I guess. Low to the ground, flat. You can work out with them. But this is Vans Times Advisory Board Crystals. I don't want to call it a hypey streetwear brand, but it kind of leans towards that. They've had collabs with Montclair, another high-end
really?
brand. Yeah. This is their first shoe collab. I thought.
Is that the puffy jacket company?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Vinny, you got a manga? You got one?
Montclair. Yeah, Vinny definitely has a Montclair.
Vinny might be lying to us right now because he wouldn't surprise me if he's got 2 of them.
I love my Montclair jacket, man. I'll never.
You have one?
Oh yeah, man. It's the best jacket I've ever had in my life.
What'd that run you, if you don't mind me asking?
Like 1100.
Woo!
It's so worth it, man. It's like the lightest, most comfortable jacket for winter I've ever had. Like hands down. Love it. Carry on.
No, okay. So personally, I think not too many hypebeasts or resellers even knew about this shoe because there was a raffle that went up on their website yesterday. It ended today. Super, definitely not a ton of these made, but what I was interested in was the price. What do you think these are selling for right now? They sold out.
600?
Higher.
Whoa.
The last sold 175 was the retail.
So you got that stupid rock?
I think it came. I'm not sure if that's what it came with, but the last sold on StockX is I think close to 1,000. I think it's like 950, something like that. Yeah. But the reason I bring this up is there's going to be another collab that's dropping in the fall. There's no specific date, but it's going to be a skate high. So putting this on your guys' radar if you want them for the personal or make a little quick flip there. So
did Raph eat?
No, that's the thing. This wasn't eaten up by bots. This wasn't on anybody's radar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Secret drop.
That's some good info, dude.
Bert, I got a lifetime license to an ad blocker. I'm gonna send you when we're done with. I'm for real.
I like my ads, man. I like the ads.
So
You're an ad guy. No shit.
So I'm gonna tell you something funny. We just did a show with Vans in Chicago, and the dude was like, "Hey, if you ever need any shoes, let me know."
Oh, I'm like, hey, I heard about these.
Tell him it's your birthday, Marcus. It's time.
Tell them it's your wifey's birthday. Then they'll feel like more,
Oh
right?
yeah, nah. I'm gonna have. I mean, he sent me like 6 pairs of Vans. I mean, these are like some really cool looking shoes. Like I've never seen them before. And then he's like, "Yo, if it's anything that you want, just let me know." So,
Advisory Board Crystals. That's the brand that collabed with Vans.
Advisory Board Crystals.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
When do the Air Mag Air Force Ones come out? Sorry.
no details on release date yet. So.
All right.
Let's see it.
Are we here?
We're here.
Oh man.
You finally opened them.
Oh man, this is exciting times, man. First of all, I like to thank my mama. She helped me out. She got me through. Thank my boys on the block. You know what I'm saying? In these Five Below streets that told me where to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy Trey. You know what I'm saying? We out here. You know what I'm talking about? We out here doing what we got to do. So, man, Trey had said something about Five Below packs in our group chat and was like, "Hey, Five Below packs are back. You need to go and do it." Now I'm gonna tell y'all this quick little tidbit before I get into the haul and what we open. Last time Trey said Five Below packs, I went and got 5. Well, did I have 5 or 6 of those Kamala Khan, the Steve McNiven variant? And it was like those were like selling for like $1,100 a book. It was just insane. And I was sitting on like 5 or 6 of them joints. And then the Jajervik variant for Miles Morales, the UF4, they were all in the Five Below pack. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna miss the train this time because everybody ain't really going to go get these Five Below packs. So when you go to Five Below, and I would suggest everybody go to Five Below right now. Now, is it going to be some really big books in here? I think there are some. I've come into a couple of books that, you get them graded, they can sell for like $200-300, but at most, you get a couple of books, it's like $10, $20. It's lunch money. Some books are like $50, things like that. But it comes 4 books to a pack, right? And it doesn't matter what the cover is because the insides, like the books between the books, are going to be different. Most times they're going to be different. Sometimes they're going to be the same. But just highlighting some of the books that I got just to kind of pull some things out. And I haven't even been through all of it. I just opened it all and said, "Oh, okay, hey, this looks cool," whatever the case may be. So this is I don't know if y'all can see. I'm just trying to pull them out as it's coming. Everything is going to be, let's see, it's Catwoman 47. What's this guy? It's God, I can't think of his name. Start with an S. Ciso Micah, whatever. That's the
Sosa
Micah.
Yeah.
Sosa
yeah.
Micah.
Yep. This is him.
Her.
Yeah. Whoever it is. I don't know.
Him,
her. Educate yourself. Is who this is.
You can't really fucking beat $1 in comics.
You can't beat $1 comic.
All right.
George Jimenez.
Sorry, I was just dropping a little BLP kosher Five Below drop line.
Doesn't even matter. Leave it at home, brother. Yeah. George Jimenez. Man, I love these kind of books. These are always kind of cool, right?
The 608 homage.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's got Harley. I didn't even fucking realize that there was Harley on the gargoyle with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Batman One Bad Day, Penguin. It's pretty cool, right?
I hadn't read that.
Detective Comics 1064. It's something with this. I don't remember what it was, but this is some lunch money, I think. Poison Ivy. Now, mind you, these are books, bro. $1 a book. I can instantly go on eBay right now and sell some of these books $3, $4, $5, and for the bigger ones, more than that, right? So going through the whole situation, right? Now, I really like this one.
The Bermejo.
That's the Bermejo. Yeah, that's fucking so good.
Yeah.
God, his faces are so good, so realistic.
Then we start to get into convention exclusives. So this is the foil.
That's pretty badass.
Right.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Let's get into Bane.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, which book was that? What number is that?
This is Batman 75, City of Bane. I have like 12 of these, bro. 12.
Nice.
12
That's
of
a
these.
tight cover though.
Yeah.
Has that been your most duplicate book in your packs?
Yep, that's the most duplicate book.
Another Harley.
Harley. Oh, that's, I like that homage. It's not bad.
That's
Dark
cool.
Knight 1.
Yeah. I'm still going. Man, anybody knows me knows I'm an Art Germ fan.
Ooh. That's the Wildcat shit, correct?
Yep,
Yeah.
Wildcats. Yep.
Yummy.
Mind you, Five Below. Batman convention exclusive.
Shit, that's an older book.
Yeah. I'm not looking at the comments. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a Del Lotto fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Batman Spawn, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Right?
Well, it's in really good shape too.
Oh no, yeah, no, they're in great shape. I mean, they
That's
can
cool.
use a press if I want to. Like, so if I want to press, I send it to you, Trey, or whoever is going to press. Keep moving. I mean, these are going to come back high grade. Justice League, convention exclusive.
Oh shit, that's Justice League: The Odyssey. That was when Baby Darkseid up for a little bit. That's an interesting arc. That's an older book.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Here we go. Let's get to it. Convention exclusive. Batman 27.
Interesting.
That's the Tom King run.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love this.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, Commander Cody has a question.
Yeah. Are they shrink wrapped or do they have backer and cardboard? They're shrink wrapped, but the convention exclusive is going to be one convention exclusive. It's going to be one in here that's going to be poly bagged in almost every last one of them. I really like this one.
Well, that's the 100.
Yeah.
You did real well for what you paid for, like you said, a fucking $1 a book. There's some good spec potential in there.
Then, they brought these. They have the special edition of these, 30th anniversary, Death of Superman. I mean, I can keep going. It's so much shit. Wonder Girl, the annual. For whatever reason, this is some lunch money. I don't know why. This is some lunch money though.
Huh.
Yeah. I missed this one. Batman Spawn.
I never saw that cover.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, this is the
Looks like,
son of Kal-El. Was 18.
yeah, that's John Kent. I was about to say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out here. I mean, and again, just to be transparent, I have like 12 of these. The Batman 100.
Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah, I have 12 of these. The Batman Spawn #1 McFarlane. I have man, thank you. Batman McFarlane. I have like 6 of those. I mean, shit. I mean, I can literally, this is no bullshit. Just to kind of make it all make sense. I could keep going for days.
That's crazy.
And all of this is different books. It's all different books. Some shit is the same for the most part, but all of it is different books.
If anybody, if y'all are going and grabbing these packs at Five Below, take a look at there's actually a video game section. So
yes, it is.
So,
really?
Yeah, so sometimes you can find some cool sealed games over there.
Yeah.
Sealed.
Yeah.
Yes. I had at the Five Below that I was at, it had Guitar Hero. It was a Guitar Hero, but it was sealed, but someone opened it and took the game out. And it was like for the original Xbox.
Yeah, one of my buddies got the like a whole bunch of Destinies. Remember that game Destiny? They grabbed a whole bunch of those sealed for $5 a piece. So.
Yeah. Five Below is a shit, man. You can go there and get fucking good candy. Best pair of flip flops I ever bought my whole life from Five Below. Yeah. I hit multiple, like Marcus brought up earlier, the Ultimate 4 Fallouts. Fucking Five Below has been good to your boy.
Yeah.
No, man, listen. Five Below was the best thing Trey ever sold anybody about when it was, I guess it was Unpressable Defects. And he was like, hey, y'all need to go to Five Below and look at these. And I remember at one point in time, the Five Belows were so rated that you couldn't even get the shit. Like, it was like you try to go in there, and they knew, and you would go in there and they knew you was coming for comic books. Like, but the hype has died down. So you can literally go into a Five Below now and it's a stack of comic books. And you also, too, if you're into the anime, they got the actual anime books like Attack on Titan. I saw that. The actual books. They have all that shit there at Five Below.
You know what I like about, dude, they got a great poster section, too. Now, granted, I'm fucking too old to have posters, but they're the only place I've seen that has, like, you know, when my son was in his teens, it had Dragon Ball posters and, you know, LeBron James and just all the different things that kids that age are into, posters, and they're like $1.50 each. I mean, you can't.
Trey, did you ever get the when they had the all new Marvel .1s in the packs over there? Did you ever grab any of those?
Oh yeah, dude, I was the biggest Five Below whore of all time. Because that was when I was traveling across the country. I mean, when I'd land in Pennsylvania or Ohio, I mean, that's the first thing I'd do was go check Five Belows and see what comic book stores are open and fucking raid them. I mean, before speculation caught on and become a trendy, popular thing, I mean, I couldn't go to the East Coast without making a couple grand almost every time I fucking went. I mean, legitimately. I remember how the stressful part was getting the comics back.
Yeah.
No, it's truly. And then finally, I just start shipping them. You know what I mean? I'd take my time and get them shipped back home, because trying to get them through airports and, you know, carry-on bags and some other stuff, you can't buy. I remember specifically first time I did it, I was in Youngstown, Ohio, and I bought 4 raw copies of BA12 from the same guy. And they were all pristine. 3 of them came back 9.8, 1 of them came back a 9.6. Repressed it, that 9.6 turned into a 9.8. So all 4 of them ended up turning into 9.8s. But it was like, how can I guarantee I get these back to Oklahoma without dinging a corner or whatever it was? Because the only time I had a carry-on bag. It's like, all right, I could buy a piece of luggage and do that, but it's just like, I'm going to trust USPS and a box and the way I normally ship comics. So, and knock on wood, it worked out well for me. But, I mean, that was honestly the most stressful part about going on any of those trips, was trying to figure out how I'm going to get the stuff back home.
Yeah.
Doc Joe.
Hey, Doc Joe, wear your mask. They got shit outside of fucking COVID in Ohio that you can catch. Be careful.
Man, look, COVID is running so rampant. My assistant just came back and tested positive for COVID. We was in LA. I didn't get it. Tisa didn't get it. My artist Tisa didn't get it. But my assistant, random, he just got it. He called me today. Hey, bro, I tested positive for COVID. I was like, what? Yeah, COVID is back.
But I think I told you about 2 weeks ago, both my parents, 70-year-old parents, got it. Dad got. He went to some air show in Wisconsin and came back and infected and got my mom. And I mean, they were fucked up for a couple of days. I mean, it wasn't a week like it used to be. But I mean, they had about, you know, there's
2 days.
They were multiple vaccinated too, which that's a whole other story. But I mean, they had it rough, the headaches, the whole 9 yards for 2 days. And then after that second day, they both felt better, and then that night tested negative. So
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, no, that's a lot going on. People are masked up all in the airport again and everything. But this, I guess, this version of COVID is bad, but it's not as bad as it normally has been. Like, I'm seeing people that they get sick, or like he was like, man, I still got my sense of taste. I just have my nose is runny and I just have a terrible headache. Like, you know, but he full blown COVID. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it like a month ago. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Well, you keep COVID over there. That's why I keep my distance from your ass. Every time I look up, I got COVID.
Vinny did have a crazy year of fucking sicknesses, starting from fucking SDCC the year before, NYCC.
Yeah.
When he saw us, remember he had a little something when we saw him in Austin.
He had something going on with his foot, gout. He had some gout. He had some
plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, whatever it is. He was walking like he had just got like he was running from somebody.
So, by the way,
Marcus.
Did you get to go to some awards ceremony last week?
Yeah, we was at the Billboard Power Players event. So I was there with Tisa had walked the red carpet, but Lil Wayne was there, Ice Spice was there, Nas was there.
Dude, I cannot believe you just fucking sandwich Ice Spice between fucking Nas.
I mean, she like no bullshit. She's like red hot right now. Like,
I know she is, but I mean, come on.
But she's actually a pretty girl. Like, she's actually really pretty and she's nice.
She got a different look to her.
Yeah. She dropped that fro off. Like, she got long hair and she out there.
I saw the photo with Tisa and Sauce Walker.
Yeah. Sauce is from Houston, so so they all know each other. So it was a cool thing. Yeah,
Sauce. That's what I was gonna ask you. That dude he's so fucking wild. Like on camera, it's like I wonder if it's all an act or if he's
not.
okay. I didn't think it was, but that guy he's a character.
It's not an act. He has an OnlyFans. He makes about $250K a month on his OnlyFans. Like he's a straight businessman, but he's wild for real. Anytime he had a song called "Too Legit to Quit It," and in the song he says, "I'm legit in the county. I'll whoop a fool behind a piece of a brownie." See that right there? You can stop right there. Anytime somebody will fight you over a piece of a brownie, brother, you can have it. I'm not, brother. I'm not that pressed for that brownie. You can have
not even the whole brownie, the piece of the brownie.
He said a piece of a brownie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm legit in the county. I'll whoop a fool behind a piece of a brownie." That's it. Y'all go ahead. But those were back in the day. Like now, he's like, man, he's on. Think of Vinny. He's an Empire artist, right? He signed to Empire. Man, cool dude. I mean, he's all about his business. I have nothing but respect for Sauce Walker. When we did the show with Vans, Tisa and Sauce co-headlined that show. So it was cool. He is very much that dude. He walks in the room and it's like Macho Man Randy Savage. I think his dad or somebody used to be a wrestler. So it's almost like a wrestler persona that he takes on when he walks into a room. It's very loud and Ric Flairish. It's dope.
Dibs, you got a big plans for Tissa this last quarter of the year to close the year out?
Yeah. So well, I mean, we go ahead and talk about it now because it's on with us. We're in talks to go overseas in October to go on tour with someone, and then we'll be in the States in November doing a tour. So it's 2 tours back to back, one in October, one in November. We're dropping new music and and closing all kind of brand partnerships and stuff like that. So it's a really good time for Tisa, man. He's been working really hard to get to this moment, man. He's good. He's enjoying the ride. That's it. That's good shit.
That's the only celebrity I met this year. Marcus has called me multiple times on like Google like Meet or whatever, and had this in the background. I felt like such a nerd.
Yeah. Nah, man, he's actually really cool, man. And it's crazy because he just became label mates with Lizzo. So Lizzo is signed to a company and Tisa is part of the same.
She was.
No, actually she still is, man. That a lot of this narrative that's out here right now. I mean, I can't speak on it because it's not, my thing or us, but just know it's like 2 different sides of the story, and all of that stuff is getting ready to come out. It's really messed up though, because she was in the running to do the Super Bowl, and she got dropped from being able to do the Super Bowl this year.
No disrespect. I think we could find someone better to do a Super Bowl. I can't think of. Yeah. I know she's got 2 songs. I guess she's got a couple songs that are pretty popular.
Well, I don't think she would have did it by herself. They probably, Super Bowl would be doing these major collabs, right? So it probably would have been her and somebody else. I don't think she got enough to do it all. I could be wrong, but I don't think she had enough steam to do it all by herself. She got a couple of big hits, but it probably would have been her and somebody else. Those mashups that they do.
They need to get. Speaking of Lil Wayne would be a good one to perform. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of people who have catalogs that are still relevant that could do a 30-minute show with guest appearances and have crazy number of top 10s. That have the energy.
Man, I actually have a newfound respect for Lil Wayne. Man, when he had came to the event and he accepted an award and he said, "Man, before I came here, I was in the studio. Thank you for this award. When I leave here, I'm going back to the studio. I'm not done yet." The crowd just goes nuts. And he yelled "Moolah" and walks off stage. And I was like, see, that's that rock star shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you know that you're that guy, you can still command that kind of, energy and stuff. And he's older. So, but just to see these guys do it, like, I think somebody was telling me, like, like Drake is in his late 30s, Travis in his late 30s, Wayne is in his late 30s, almost 40. And these guys are still moving at the top of their game. Like, it's a great time right now.
I mean, Wayne spits a couple every year that make you go, yeah, he's still. It's like Jeezy. I mean, they're smart. They're not releasing 15 mixtapes a year. They don't have that much. They don't need to do that much material. But it's nice to hear some of the guys that we grew up with, like Method Man, fucking Lloyd Banks, people like that. I mean, Jadakiss. I mean, I like seeing the rappers in their late 30s, early 40s still producing and putting out music because it's still fucking pretty damn good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not gonna get as good as it was in their early 20s or late 20s or even early 30s because they're living a different life now. Most of them have money and had success, so they can't rap about the same things. But it's like Mace coming back. That was one of the highlights of my year. Is getting a couple really fucking good late 90s Murder Mace verses with Cam. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, Mace is Mace. I mean, Mace is Mace.
He had the shitty comeback when he did the welcome back. But I mean, he never had a fucking banger. Remember, he came back on the Lean Back remix. They unveiled him back for being the preacher is on that, but he never really had a verse that you were like, yeah, that's the same Harlem World fucking Mace, which sold like 9 million copies and while we were in high school and shit. And still has 5 or 6 on there that still go hard to this day. I mean, 24 Hours to Live. I mean, there's a multitude of good songs from Mace.
But you know what though, Trey? Here's what I want to do. I want to pose the question that you put in the group chat the other day. Yo, and I want everybody that's still on to comment on this. Do you think I'm gonna do it like this. Who's better, Big Pun or Eminem?
No. You gotta phrase the question correctly.
That's not the question.
You gotta rephrase it because to be accurate, there was Remy Ma said that Big Pun wanted to go at M in a diss song before he died.
It wasn't a diss. She didn't say it was a diss song. Pun wanted to get on a track with M to see who would have the better verse. Like Renegade,
Pun would not have
Renegade,
that.
Jay-Z and
Pun
M.
would not have that, bro.
No. This is what it says. I'm just telling. I'm not making shit up because that's what I sent you guys.
Yeah.
It said demolish. It says Remy Ma says Big Pun wanted to demolish Eminem in a track, which could mean exactly what you just said, being on the same one and having a better verse. But I took it as like he wanted to go in there and drop 16, making fun of him. And then all of us started debating pretty immediately. And Marcus and Vinny immediately put the stamp down with Eminem. And I just thought about it, and I think M would probably win, but Pun back in that day was just
listen to Super Lyrical with Black Thought.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Eminem was built different, bro.
Yeah. I'm not saying
the boy was built different, bro. It doesn't matter. I'm telling y'all, man. I've seen Eminem eat people alive, just like I've witnessed Wayne. Like I've seen Wayne. Yeah, but 8 Mile, that's a movie. I'm talking about.
Watch the fucking end credits of 8 Mile when he really goes and battles a couple of those dudes. Have you ever seen that on the deleted scenes?
Yeah,
nah,
absolutely.
I didn't see that.
Are you, Vinny? Are you shitting me?
Yeah, I haven't seen
Craig,
that.
Craig, it's you need to watch it. It's on the documentary portion where they're filming the final battles or whatever, and in between, M was legit battling multiple people that battle rappers from that area that they used in as extras. And I mean, it wasn't written, Vinny. I mean, it was straight off the fucking dome, and it was about 25, 30 minutes. But it's on the 8 Mile bonus disc, whatever it was.
Raw.
I gotta check that. I gotta see if it's on YouTube or something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Pun was not good. What I'm saying is that Pun arms was too short to box with the God, bro. Like I'm telling you, Eminem, it's real, bro. When everybody else tells you that I will not go up against Eminem. Drake was out here going at everybody until Eminem said something, and Drake was like, "I don't want no issue." No, I gotta put Drake in. I gotta put Drake into the conversation.
No way.
Drake,
as a lyricist,
listen to me.
I love
Drake is a strategist. Think about how he took out a bunch of people, bro. Drake took out a bunch of people because they were playing on that light skin shit. Like, oh man, he don't really know how to rap. He sings. That boy got out there and murdered some people. Killed careers.
Really did. He didn't go. He did. Okay, that's true.
All right, first, no. But
what happened when Pusha dropped that diss? Went like 5-6 years without hearing anything. Crickets.
No,
Drake. Hey, to be fair, Drake did pull a gangster move after that happened when he bought all the tickets to the Pusha T show in Toronto and had his goons rush him on stage.
He did. He can't go back to Toronto now. I don't think.
I mean, that was a gangster move, but I mean, Pusha's on a different level. Still is, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But I will say,
this is my rebuttal. Sorry, I'll let you finish. But my rebuttal this was the same time period in rap where Jay-Z was scared shitless of Big Pun, wanted no part of Big Pun in a rap, and Big L said the same thing, who Eminem said was the greatest rapper of all time. So I think it's a 60-40. I think if it was Vegas had odds on who would win in a diss, and this is in the late 90s. To be fair, this is before Pun died. I think it would be 60-40 M to Big Pun and how the betting public would go.
I would have loved to see it though, that's for sure.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
This is also when M really didn't give a fuck. So who knows what he would have said back then?
Who knows what he would have said, bro? Eminem was a battle rapper. Like, these battle rappers don't give a damn. Pun was a rapper, yes. Eminem was a battle rapper. They live on punchlines. They live on
Scribble Jam.
Yeah, they're gonna
Rap Olympics.
dissect it. Yeah. He's gonna dissect the whole situation and then break Pun down.
I'll say this: going up against 1998 Pun is a lot different than going up against Cage and Insane Clown Posse. I'm just, and his bought Cage's tape, opened it, and dubbed over it. That ain't gonna work with Big Pun. I forget. I think I can't say the rhyme, but I mean it's like the Faygo root beer disc for the freaking Insane Clown Posse. I mean, they're funny. I mean, but you can only call fucking Pun fat a couple times, and then what else are you gonna say?
But that's how Eminem would play the game, though, bro. Like, even in the movies, bro, Eminem would make fun of himself. So what can you say?
Dude, I love him. I'm not
somebody that's gonna take.
I'm not saying I don't.
I just think it would have been. I think it would have been closer than maybe you and Vinny didn't really have an opinion after that, but Marcus made it sound like it's a 90-10 wash.
Oh, absolutely, it is.
I think in a battle, I also think it's a 90-10 wash. Eminem.
A battle or a diss on wax.
A diss on wax. Either way.
On wax. Either way. It don't matter. You put it how you want to put it, bro.
Somebody like Eminem, they'll pull all the. There's nothing.
this is a different time. Like I said, this is 98, 99. Now, you get into the later 2000s after D12 and the 50 Cent stuff, and he's got a little bit more of a crew going on. He was a little bit braver. I'm just saying at this time period, I don't know if he would have gone. I mean, talking about Kim in a song is one thing. This is Pun and the DITC fucking crew. I mean, you go look at Fat Joe. I mean, there was legitimate gangsters in that group that Pun was running with. So I don't know if M would have got that lippy.
Gangsters. This ain't got nothing to do about gangsters. If we leaving it on wax, man, M would have cleaned that boy up, man. Like I'm telling you, M was. If you notice, here's what I want to paint, and then we can go ahead and move on because I know Ferg, you got to go all that other shit. Like, bro, the music people on here are telling y'all that Eminem is going would demolish. There's a reason why the music people are telling y'all this. We have been to the Eminem mountaintop. We have seen what this boy can do. This ain't even about him dropping, diamond albums and all this other shit. This is about, you go pull up YouTube and go pull up him just, when he first got on, he was freestyling on the, what's the show? Buck Wild show. Like, he was freestyling on that LA show. That's how Dre found him. Like, bro, Eminem is different. I'm telling you, the boy is different.
You can also YouTube Big Pun and Fat Joe Twins and listen to Big Pun's verse on Twins. And
Dead in the middle of little Dibby Dodo. I mean, that's one of the all time.
Yeah.
Fat Joe was even rapping pretty decent back then too.
I think Pun was ghostwriting for him. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. I'm not gonna go fight y'all on this. I'm just
no, dude. I don't think we're disagreeing, but like I just think that it wouldn't have been. And I agree, you and Vinny, obviously that's your livelihood. You know music.
No, it ain't even about it being livelihood. It's just about, bro. I've seen it. I've seen it, bro. Like, you can go to any of these old freestyles. You can go to any of this shit, bro. I've seen it. Vinny has seen it. This man's wordplay is ridiculous. When he went up against Twister,
now he's all about Vinny. Now you notice that he thinks Vinny ain't shit, and now when he needs Vinny,
Vinny still ain't shit.
A part of the
but
music
Vinny
people.
knows. But Vinny knows. That's what I'm saying. It's music. I mean, if we putting the shit over, we talking about music, bro. He went up against Twister. Twister, they were talking. There's a video out right now where you can go on YouTube talking about who rapped faster, Eminem or Twister. And Twister's doing this thing, and then they play Eminem Godzilla. And Eminem is hanging with this dude, bro. Like, literally, he's like, man, Eminem is like Prince. He sits around you long enough, absorbs whatever your superpower is, and then he uses it against you and does it better than you. That's what he does, bro.
That's really what Drake does. Yeah. But yeah, I feel you.
I mean, Eminem
Drake does it too.
Like, I'm not saying Eminem isn't a top 3 of all time, but Pun in his prime, that's different. It's not going to just be as easy as you make it sound, is what I'm saying.
I mean, there's people that think that fucking Eminem lost to MGK 3 or 4 years ago with the White Devil response. Pun ain't losing to fucking MGK at anything other than.
Well, we're gonna talk about this. He
talking
about
expectancy.
He lost. You stupid.
Damn.
He said he lost to MGK, but MGK switched formats to rock. He had to get out of rap. He had to start doing rock music.
If you told me that's what I needed to do to bag Megan Fox, motherfucker, give me a guitar and some fucking pink pants. I'll be singing like fucking Bette Midler and shit. Just tell Megan I'm here.
Yeah, he had to get out. He had to get out of rap and start doing rock music. That's how bad Eminem beat that boy in, bro. He had to go and do it.
Well, hopefully, if we all somehow get lucky and make it to heaven, and Eminem and Big Pun are there too, we'll set this motherfucker up one day.
Yes.
Now we ain't got to do that. I mean, we could do it. We could set up a verses and just let it roll. Like,
how about this?
Eminem.
That's a fucking knife to a gunfight.
Marcus and Vinny, can you guys somehow do an AI?
Oh yeah,
like an AI battle track or something like that with Eminem and Pun, and just see who would have the best verse. We could do that, right?
That'd be interesting to see who the AI would put, how they would pull and do all that.
You can only replace the voices though. It would be somebody
have to type the lyrics.
It would be somebody
Oh,
rapping
you
it.
type the lyrics? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not even typing it. You don't just type it and it comes out AI. It's somebody actually singing it or rapping it, and then they're just changing the voice to AI. That's all it is. Make it sound like Eminem or make it sound like DMX or whatever. That's what they're doing.
I could literally I could talk and send videos and debate with fucking the four of you until which I do. I guarantee you, y'all hate my late night YouTube links, but
no, not at all.
No.
I'm just saying that, bro.
You know, I love it because you know your shit though. That's what I mean. Like you know more about it than probably I do, and I feel like I know a lot about it. So I love hearing opinions like this because you come from a place you know what you're talking about. So I want you to try to change my mind. You know what I mean? That's and
all I'm saying is Eminem is that dude. I'm not on people like Eminem is that dude. Eminem is that dude. I've seen a lot of people stand down. A lot of your favorite artists, your favorite rappers stand down and they be like, yo, I'm not. And this is the exact term. And you can pull it because it's all on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not going up against the white boy. You go up against the white boy. Like that be the conversation. Like I'm not doing it.
I couldn't believe Renegade. You know, he completely steamrolled Jay-Z on that track. Like,
yes. Did you see that? And this is Jay.
Like, why would he have put that on the Blueprint? I didn't understand that.
And that's Jay. We're talking about Jay.
Blueprint was a weird album.
Was
yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah. I can accept that.
Not a bad album though. Not a bad.
It wasn't. It was, but it was different because it had some weird beats on there.
Yeah.
Well, Kanye and Just Blaze.
That was right. That was just.
Was it Bink on there too? I can't remember.
Who?
Bink?
He did.
I think Bink was on it. Yeah, Bink. Yeah.
I
think so. Well, I'm just saying, Eminem is that guy.
He's a goat.
Yeah, Eminem is that guy. I don't know if it's anybody. I ain't gonna say he's impenetrable. I ain't gonna say that he wouldn't lose. I'm just gonna say whoever that person is not in the industry right now. There's very few people that I can put him up against, and I'm not gonna say Eminem.
What about
Big L? Big L would have been fun.
Oh, Big L.
Big L would have been fun. Big L would have been fun. But
maybe DOC before his voice situation.
Yeah.
Bro, here's the craziest thing. DOC can write a record and AI his voice back to old DOC.
No, that's fucking pretty cool. Are you shitting me?
No, serious.
And I mean, he would obviously sign off on it, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying he could make new records now and then get a producer to AI his voice, his real voice back on, or his, before he had the accident. Just saying.
A lot of people don't realize how fucking nice he was back in the early to mid 80s, especially being from the West Coast. I mean, people weren't rapping like that anywhere. I mean, some of the way that he would slow down and then speed up to get things to fit, he was writing
a lot of that stuff for Dre too back then.
Yeah, apparently he's got an executive producer credit or something on the Chronic, I believe.
He's making money. I mean, that's the thing that I like about Dre. He keeps people around. Like, he didn't throw DOC away like when his voice got fucked up. Like, he was like, hey, bro, just start doing music. Just start producing music and executive producing music and shit like that. Like, that is that's how it's supposed to be. That's how you keep your team strong.
Do you see West Coast or even the East Coast taking the title back from Atlanta anytime soon?
No, but I heard something else interesting today. I think it was Ebro who posted this. He was saying that he got a call from a label saying that they're really looking for more Afro beats, African artists, Latin artists now than anything because all the rap stuff is kind of the same. A lot of it.
The drill shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like nothing new. So that's
here's what's finna happen. And Vinny knows, and Vinny, you can agree. I'd be interested. Well, let me say you can agree. I'd be interested to get your take on it. I think that hip hop of course, we made it to 50 years. That's an exciting time. We're not going anywhere, but everything works in waves, right? So I think that rock is getting ready to do a huge resurgence. I think rock is getting ready to make a huge comeback. I think Afro beats and, of course, Latin music is getting ready to take the fuck over because it's already moving towards that way. Like, Mexican OT, he's from Houston. He is.
Dude, I was literally gonna. That was one of my next questions. But did y'all see this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, that was crazy. Yeah, I saw that.
So
my Pat came in
at the concert.
Dude, I still don't know exactly what happened. I know that they were. I haven't seen that many on there. Is what's crazy. There's only a couple people that were selling packs, so I don't know if it was a one night only deal. I haven't seen a checklist. I don't know if there's chases. I don't know anything about it. I paid 46 shipped. 10 collectible cards of your favorite hip hop artist. It was done by Mass Appeal.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Record label. That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I mean, you know how it is. There could be absolute trash in here, but I mean, you never know. There could be a rookie card or someone's first. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting, and the fact that Google was a sponsor. I don't know if you can see that, but
yep.
I mean, Google's got a little bit in it, so.
Yeah, but I think that everything's getting ready to shift again. I think that rock is again getting ready to step back to the front because it's been down for so long.
Dude, I think country music.
Country is strong.
You go look at the fucking iTunes charts right now. Country's dominating pretty heavily.
Here's the downside to country. It's not a downside. Let me back up. So country and gospel music kind of work in the same way. They're kind of 15 years behind. And when I say that, I'm saying that from the standpoint of people in country music are still going to Walmart to buy CDs because, they got that try that in a small town kind of vibe. And so they download and stream the new country people stream, but country music in itself, people are still going and buying CDs and, and all that other shit. Just same thing with gospel too. Like the streaming is not there and it's not as strong as other things, but people still go to the stores and buy CDs and tapes and things of that nature.
Let me ask you this.
That's what helped hip hop.
Let me ask you this. Like by people going and buying the physical medium, do they get more of I don't know how the streaming works out. I have a vague idea of how the streaming royalties work out. But if you're a gospel or a country artist, is it more beneficial for the people to go to Walmart and buy the physical CD as opposed to the stream?
You make more money. You make more money on the people that go and buy the actual physical disc. You make more money on that. Depending on how your deal is structured, because the streams is like a cent of a cent, right? Yeah. So and Tidal is like the best place to stream because I think you get a little bit more than anywhere else. YouTube and Spotify and stuff.
Their rates are great. They just don't pay.
They don't pay. That you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a lot going on. But if you went to a store and bought a CD, that's why country music is like one of still in the midst of all this shit. They're still one of the most lucrative genres of music out there because people are still going. First of all, they're gonna go to a show. And then they're going to go to the rodeo, the county fair, and all of that other shit. Country people going to get in there. They're showing up in tour buses. They hitting the county fairs and stuff like that. And they're hitting a mass amount of people in a short amount of time because those fairs are everywhere. And then they're going to town, shaking hands, kissing babies. They're politicians. It's amazing. Hip hop is at such a level right now. We're not going. That's how we were back in the day. We would go to the small towns and the small cities and go to the small clubs. And that's how Houston got on in particular. Like I remember Slim going to these small town Giddings and, these places that, if you're not in Texas, you don't know the names of these places, but they got a radio station there. And we're going to go to the station and hit the club later and do that shit. Yeah.
You'll love this. My parents and my niece is 13 and she's wanting to go to this music festival. And I looked at some of the people that were on it. I said, abso-fucking-lutely not. I mean, you could literally, you know what kind of crowd's going to be there. And it's not a place for a 13-year goal. And I thought about it. I was driving home. I was like, you know what? When we went to the Up and Smoke tour or Rock the Bells or whatever it was that we went to, I never once thought that my life was going to be in danger. It wasn't even a fucking question that came into my head, honestly.
But
and I was a white guy going in to some non-white areas, but I knew I hadn't zero to worry about.
But I'm gonna tell you, and this ain't to cut you off, and
you're good.
It's a different time now. Like you could go to Up in Smoke and nobody's gonna harass you because everybody's going to Up in Smoke, right? Eminem was on the Up in Smoke tour, so
right.
it was a cool hodgepodge of everybody coming and celebrating the music of just Dre and Snoop and Eminem and and all of that, right? These country shows and festivals, like I would be nervous too because the situation that happened in Vegas, the shooter that was a country show. You see what I'm saying? It was a country show where my man was shooting. And
but complete conspiracy. That's one of the greatest conspiracy theories still going. They still do not have a motive on why that guy did that. And they still don't know how he was able to get all those guns up there without being. I mean, we're like 6 years down the road, and still there's that is the Google that and you get bored later tonight, and it'll fucking blow your mind.
Crazy.
But Little Dirk was in this festival, and I just had explained to her, I was like, dude, if the fucking people from New Orleans show up, there's gonna be fucking shootings. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be, but I'm not worried about her wanting to go to the fucking, Morgan Wallen, Ernest, Hardy show right now, or a rock show or this and that. It just sucks that hip hop's at that point where competition is good, like the stuff we were talking about a few minutes ago between Pun and M, hypothetically. That's what always made hip hop fun to me, is to figure out who's the best at what point in time, this and that. Nowadays, I mean, these kids aren't afraid to fucking kill one another over the slightest song or lyric or even innuendo or something in the background. I mean, then it just like escalates past that where I couldn't. Even like the Travis Scott situation that unfortunately happened to Houston. I mean, there was some young 9-10-year-old kids died.
Yeah.
All the stuff you're talking about that happens to some of these artists, some of these rap artists, is all broadcasted on social media too. Like you hear these rappers that get shot, and then the videos show up on Twitter, they show up on Instagram. So it's like back in the days, when Tupac died, we heard about it not the next day, but it was hours after it happened. Now it's like we get the video 5 minutes after the guy got shot. So
Vinny, you guys, Marcus and Vinny, you might remember, I was watching MTV and Kurt Loder cut in.
Oh, that MTV news?
Breaking news, MTV news. And he just says, Kurt Loder said Tupac Shakur was just shot on the strip in Las Vegas. He's in intensive care right now. And then obviously they had a running ticker at the bottom of the screen. And then that next day, I mean, then all the media had it that he was shot. But I mean, I remember that. I remember when B.I.G. died. I remember when Proof, Eminem's best friend, died. I mean, it's crazy some of the people that we've lost.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, could you imagine the song, the Pac and Big songs that we got screwed out of?
Yeah,
they just arrested somebody.
Crazy.
It did. Or even movies for Tupac. You know what I mean? Because he was going more in that direction towards that end, and he was a great actor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And Big was just Big. It would have been fun to see Big and the 50 Cent. And I mean, would a Jay-Z gotten as big as he did with Big around?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I agree. But it would have been fun. Think of some of the fucking remixes Biggie could have hopped on in the 2000s. I mean, Christmas. Or, I mean, even Pun. I mean, I'm not trying to bug it in, but I mean, so many of the Big L. Other people we've talked about, like so many of the talent, these kids are talented, and you shouldn't lose your life for being an artist in 2023.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, now they're saying being an artist is one of the most dangerous professions.
Yeah.
Being a rap artist.
I mean, because here's the thing is, it's just like that, and knock on wood and pray to God. That's why people I think Tissa is so resonates with so many people. Is like, if you go to his show, he's not beefing with anybody. If I'm talking out of my ass, just let me know.
No, not at all. No.
But you know what I mean? You can go to his show and it's going to be silly. There's going to be dancing and chanting. And I think that's what hip hop has to get back to, is where people can go have fun with the music again, instead of being worried if you're going to get caught in crossfire between people you've never met, being mad at somebody posting something on the Instagram.
Yeah, man. So Tisa had just the latest issue of Rolling Stone, they did an article on the 50 most innovative people that are changing the next generation of hip hop, right? And Tisa is number 14 in the 50, right?
That's impressive.
Yeah, man, it's actually really cool, right? But the dude said something. The person that did the article, and I'm grabbing it right now just so I can pull it up. So he had said, Tisa started out as a dancer and a DJ. He only started making music because he wanted the soundtrack. He wanted the soundtrack to match his style. His brand of rap is unlike anything that you've ever heard. He can be best described as silly, which is an attitude he'd like to put on his fans. His TikTok videos rack up millions of views thanks to the way that he reminds you how fun hip hop can be. That's perfect.
Perfect example of fucking fun hip hop.
Yeah.
Timberland Magoo.
That's it. And man, rest in peace, Magoo.
That's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Ralph brought it up. I mean, that was one of those albums, like Missy Elliott's album, The Real World, and the other ones. They were fun. Even Busta Rhymes, like, put your hands where your eyes can see, shit like that. That was just I mean, remember that video, the crazy videos?
He did
hip-hop
videos. Yeah.
Hip hop was fun. Now it just doesn't have that same, and that's why guys like Tissa are so fucking important. And I'm glad that he's getting the national push and the exposure that he is, because that's where things need to go more in the direction of there's always going to be the gangster element of rap. That's the street culture. That's a huge part of it. I'm aware of that, but it's like we were talking about. We lived in an age where you could coincide and there could be fun rap.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was crazy because the way that the Rolling Stone article ends, it says the rap game will always need its lighthearted, playful spirit. And Tisa Korean is a perfect example of an artist who taps into that sensibility naturally. Like that, you can't. This is Rolling Stone we're talking about, right? They're saying that he's part of the new generation of people that's ushering in, hip hop. And these kids are, they all back. You still got the kids that are out here shooting and doing everything else. But man, let's get back to partying. Let's get back to, macking on girls and Big Daddy Kane and LL Cool J. Man, them boys, they weren't talking about killing nobody. LL said, Mama said, knock you out. Like, I'm going to just knock you out. Like, we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to do, things of that nature where it was, you kept it on the wax. You didn't take it no further than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember that tour that ASAP Rocky, ASAP Mob, Schoolboy Q, and Danny Brown went on?
Mm-hmm.
It was like maybe 8 or 10 years. Mm-hmm. That was, I think that's the last show that I went to that I actually had fun and enjoyed. Everybody was hype. And it wasn't a huge venue, but I kind of feel like that was the last group of rappers that were all in that clique. They weren't from the same cities. They all hung out together. I don't think it's really happened since then. I mean, Marcus and Vinny, maybe you guys can bring some other guys up, but that's the last time I can think of that a group of guys from different cities that were rappers all hung out, all enjoyed being around each other, and went on tour.
So that Danny Brown mixtape is one of the fuck. I still don't know if I like it or I hate it.
He's different, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely
his
different.
Whine and pitch to his voice it takes a little bit to get used to.
He could rap, though. That's the thing. He could really rap.
Yeah, he could definitely rap.
Man, and he's in Austin, and we're supposed to go. Tisa's supposed to go do a show in Austin in a couple of weeks because he has a podcast. So we'll be going to do that, man. But Danny Brown, actually really cool dude. We hung out with him a couple of times. I think we did a Smokers Club together with him. I didn't know who he was, man. Tisa was going crazy. Tisa was like, "Oh man, that's Danny Brown." I was like, "Who?" And he was like, "Nah, man, Danny Brown." And so I had to go and look this dude up, man. He's legendary, bro.
Yeah. And I think he's in his mid to late 40s.
Yeah.
He's like, he quit rap and he's doing a podcast now in Austin. He moved to Austin and he's on Tom Segura's and
that's who he's on. Yes.
Yeah, he's signed to that. They have like a podcasting label, and he signed with them, and he's been doing a weekly podcast out of Austin for a while.
Yeah, Teeth is
I
getting
think
ready to go do that.
He had a show on Noisy. I think it was like a Vice Noisy collaboration. I mean,
Yeah.
he has a bunch of YouTube videos, but hilarious guy.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I know everyone, Marcus and Vinny, got kid shit to do, and I had fun tonight. Hopped on a little late. Sorry about that.
Nah, man, I'm glad you were
good.
here, bro. Man, so good to see you. This is a great one. This is a good show.
I know. I gotta go take a shower and get back to my Discord fighting. So.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to cook some popcorn right now. I'm putting the kids to bed, and then I'm grabbing the popcorn.
Too old for this shit.
It's all right. It'll be all right.
Ralph, you keep being Ralph.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.
All right,
All right, man.
peace. All right.